This is for my Gemini. Okay, Gemini, this is a storyline of unexpected for my Gemini sign 4. Sorry, Gemini. This for my Gemini for 2000 and... Sorry, I'm saying it wrong. For June 1st throughout June 15th. This is a storyline of unexpected Gemini. I'm focusing on 2014. If you can remember anything that jumped out for you for 2014 that affected your life, my Gemini sign. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the glass that making me do the storyline for 2014. I saw it upstairs. See the 2014 on the glass. Let me take a squig for my Gemini sign. Yeah, sour. Might be something that you didn't like, my Gemini. But what I'm saying to my Gemini is, whatever that is that happened back then for the Gemini, something going to come about this year. Whenever it come about, unexpected for the Gemini as far as something from back then. Get what I'm saying, Gemini? Let's just flow. Oh, wait. Something in here jumping out and right here jumping out. Right here. And right here. Okay, Gemini, I got you. I got you. I got my Gemini. Dude. Happy birthday to my Gemini signs. Happy birthday, my Gemini. Let's just flow. Hey, this is like coming in a row, Gemini. It's like back to back with my Gemini. Let's just go. Uh-oh. Okay. For the Gemini universe. Let's just wait for my Gemini for a minute. Either we got a black person calling the other the N-word, or we got somebody who is of another race some kind of way, or somebody who, I use this for people like from the islands or whatever, like African, Trinidadians, anybody like them, Jamaicans, anybody like that, because some of them are racist too, just like non-black people. Get what I just said, right? So whoever it is, racist, or if it's a black person, right, they can be going against their own people. Get what I'm saying? Or thinking they better than a black person like that, or just somebody calling the other the N-word. Get what I just said, right? So we have right here that somebody was going to see black for what it is, right? Whoever it is. Or somebody wasn't going to see it for what it is. Because somebody's energy seeking, that's a negative. Because we got a Gemini was plunging into tension with whoever this person is. We dealing with 2014 Gemini, remember? Okay? With somebody you adored, or you thought adored you, but some kind of way, somebody got pretty eyes, or you got pretty eyes. Right? Somebody who think right now you won't talk in this year right here, right? Somebody was banking on you back then. We got 11/12, 2000, we got 2000, not 2000, I keep saying it wrong. 1/12, 2/11, just mix the numbers around. Somebody who you was tarnished by a superior, whoever this is, the person. You felt like you was ruined there. You had to get away from whoever this is. Person trying to buy you, trying to get you back, trying to change up. But you had to go get it. Go get what? Go get your freedom, because whoever this is trouble. Right? Because somebody's saying You wondering, can we really be friends? So in your mind, you feeling like we can't be no friends because whoever this is and did whatever. They could have been racial to you. I don't know what they did exactly, but I just see the racial right there. What's the cost of your life, though? So some kind of way is negative because you plunged into tension with somebody, racial or whatever this is. So you feel like, nah, you can't even trust this person. What's the cost of your life? Your life can be gone and snatched, right? If you're not happy, God says you got to make things right. So do you have burdens? So that person was a burden, whoever that is. So you had to what? Go meet new people, new personalities, right? So it could be a job, could be a relationship, could be a neighbor, could be a friend, could be family member, whoever this is, could be your lover, your ex-lover, whoever this is. You had to get some space. You need more time to be able to deal with this person again because somebody beat you so much, however the person beat you, physically, mentally, verbally, financially, emotionally. You're just holding on to caring for this person, but this person wasn't caring for you. But God don't want you to be in the background because this person want a cup of desire, right? So I feel like right now in your life, this person might come back in your life and want a cup of desire. That is time, romance, right? So we have right here that you felt protected back then with whoever this is. But you needed to be overprotected because this person seemed like came at you a certain kind of way. Kind of threw you for a minute. Somebody you thought was your friend, but somebody came racial to you or whatever the person did. Where it almost cost you your life because God got a life card in here. So right now in your life, but whoever this person is, you being overprotective if this person come your way. Because you said you was done with this person back then. You decided you was done. And here's this person coming in your life 2024 from 2014. We are true friends. Now this person, the person looking at, oh, we true friends. But over here, you looking at in your mind, can we really be friends after the person did what they did to me? You facing the facts. No, I'm done with this card. I'm done. But you feeling protective as far as this person right now, overprotective. You ain't letting that person get a swither inside your space. Get what I'm saying? You're going to be a place setter and testifying. So let's just flow. Testify and talk about whatever. Let's just flow. Okay, you say wrap it up every time. So with this person over here in your love life back then with this person wanted a cup of desire. This might be a person who you was given a cup of desire when you wrapped it up every time with this person. Because this is time or romance, I said. So you wrapped it up every time. So if it's not romantic, no kind of way, and the person just your friend, you gave this person your time and you wrapped it up every time and just went on about your business. So we can put it over here in the present right here. You're going to be a place setter, or this person some kind of way going to come in your space and want to talk or whatever. And you're going to expect to wrap it up, whatever the conversation, and just move on. Let's just flow. Or this person might be coming your way to try to, if it's romantic, trying to make it where something can happen. Let's just flow a little bit. Seemingly, something became a mountain with you and whoever this person is back then. Because God said you was equipped for the best. You was living a so full of a life back then with that person. Okay, so we have how to control things in the best way you can is to have structure. Back then. But over here also, you're going to wrap it up every time. If you see this person, so if this person was a friend of yours back then, for instance, right, and you had a misunderstanding, And after the person said whatever to you, you can't get over the person said whatever to you. So it changed the relationship. Get my drift? Because it's like that with me and some people. I didn't know they was like they was. So when they said whatever or did whatever to me, it changed things. And it'll never be the same. Right? So maybe something like that happened with you. So you can't go back and undo whatever it was, what you heard, what's been done or whatever. So you can't. It is not the same, and you can't make it the same. If somebody gave you $1 million, you can't do it. You can't do it because evidently the relationship was broke from the get-go. Because when the person do whatever people do to you, that means it's broken. Because if it wasn't broken, they wouldn't do whatever to you. Get what I'm saying? Say, do, or whatever happens, right? Right now in your life, God telling you, you are equipped for the best. And maybe whoever this person is living a sofa for life. Right? So we got, you could be 21. We got 12. Something could have happened in 2012 for you. We got 1, 2, or whatever that could stand for. Right? So let's just flow. So, who am I dealing with? This is my Gemini, right? This is my Gemini. Today is my nephew's birthday. This is my Gemini I'm talking to, right? I didn't say it a lot. I forgot. I was talking to my Gemini. Yeah, this is Gemini. So, yeah, today is my nephew's birthday, Gemini. Today is May 22nd, Gemini sign. He was shot down, murdered 2020. You being choosy. Back then, you might have been choosy about going to another, leaving, getting away from whoever this person is, or going out of town, or just leaving the neighborhood, or whatever this is, unless it's a job. I don't know. But maybe in the present, this person was choosy about coming your way. I don't know. Let's just flow. Okay, because we have right here, somebody wanted to know how long it was going to be with a female. So over here, maybe some kind of way this person wanted to know, you wanted to know how long it was going to be with a female, whoever the female is. Or over here, some kind of way this person might want to know how long it was going to be with a female, or you, with whatever situation. Or somebody wanted to know how long it was going to be with you, however it's flowing. Getting upset. You need to clear your mind in the past, or this person, or you in the present. So I'm sitting down at the table for you, this person, or whoever, or right now in your life. Okay, so you had to ask our universe, what is your path back then, and get on it soon. Or if you're not right now in your life, you had to get on it, or somebody you know. So back then, somebody was mouthy to you, or you was to somebody, asking you what you want to do about the situation because somebody plunged in with tension with you, whoever, some friend or whoever this person is, co-worker, or whoever these people are, family or whoever, neighbors, or you. What you going to do about it? That's a fighting kind of phrase somewhat when you plunge into tension. What you going to do about it? Right? Or did you do it? Anything like that? Or over here in the present, you might ask somebody, did you do it? Or somebody want to know what you're going to do about it, whatever it might be. So this is my Gemini sign, right? There got to be some more Gemini. I can't end it with the mouth card. Let's just say. Somebody beat you some kind of way over here, my Gemini. In whatever way, my Gemini. So we got beat 2 times. Beat. So it actually might have been a fight, my Gemini. Physical fight. Because I don't see money. I don't see no love interest. You might have been in a fight with somebody because I don't see love interest. So some kind of way, you might have actually was fighting somebody who's supposed to be. You thought was alright somewhat. Could have been at job, could be family, could be actual friend or whatever. Because right here it's saying you wonder, in your mind, you're thinking, we can't be no friends. I'm ruined here. We can't be friends no more. Get what I'm saying? Your ex trouble, yeah, that person trouble. That person ain't your real friend, Gemini. Over here with the Gemini sun, here, this person coming back. You protected, though. You're going to say whatever to this person if you run into this person and just let it go. You ain't even trying to even hold on to that because it's not like it used to be. This person proved this person's self back then. Get what I'm saying? Because you might have been mouthy. This person might have been mouthy, or you was, and the person said what you going to do about it, or did you do it, or whatever this stuff was back then. So, was it really worth it? God saying with this person over here, you need to book an appointment. Or this person going to have you going to court some kind of way. Or over here, God says this person really worth it. Put it over here in the present. Because you got to be unavailable to whoever this is, Gemini, in the present. Back then, you was available to whoever this is in the past. And you let this person do some serious dictating to my Gemini. This person was dictating whoever this is. Sometimes, Gemini, you got to let people go, Gemini. Don't think you losing nothing. Because you ain't losing nothing. When a person disrespecting you, Gemini, you ain't losing nothing. When somebody disrespecting you, you not losing nothing. Did you just hear what I said? Disrespect is nothing. You're not losing nothing. If they disrespect you, Gemini, you ain't losing nothing. Now you losing if you lose somebody who was respectful to you and you just mistreated them, you losing. But if somebody who disrespect you, you ain't losing nothing. They need to be gone right over there by the wayside. You need to be unavailable. You need to be unavailable to whoever this is. I already say a chick, but I don't know who it is, right? But you let this person dictate back then. But now my Gemini done changed up. You got to change up, my Gemini. God said be unavailable. This person coming back. You let this person dictate some kind of way, but nah, no more. I don't think so. Wrap that thing up, do a little bit of talking, whatever they're saying, and just let this person go on this person's merry way. Get what I'm saying, my Gemini sign? Okay. It don't look like it's romance, so I can't tell. Look like it might be a friend of yours. Co-worker, neighbor, whoever it is. It could be a family member, but it just don't seem like it's romance. But if it is, take it that way, but it don't look like it is. Let's say you adore it, and we adore our family, friends, co-worker, neighbors, people like that. Gemini sign. Yeah, my nephew is a Gemini. Today is his birthday. Today is his birthday. We got some Geminis who today is your birthday, Gemini, just like my nephew. This unexpected storyline for my Gemini. So let me do one for whoever the Gemini that got a birthday. That's my nephew's birthday today. He's not here, but I can do a birthday Gemini. Let me do one for you, Gemini, because today is my nephew's birthday. My son is the Gemini. My grandson's Gemini. So I got a lot of Geminis, but their birthdays is a little further one out. But today is my nephew. So let me just throw that out for a Gemini, whoever you are. Could be a Gemini who your birthday is today. Or your family member might be looking at me and your birthday is today and you might have been murdered just like my nephew, and you might be a Gemini, but a Gemini with the same birthday, but you was murdered also. And your family member looking at me, or however it is. Or it's just a Gemini whose birthday is today. So let's just flow universe for a Gemini whose birthday is today. Dead or alive. Okay, let's just flow. Something was unjust. Deep. I just saw that. I moved too fast, Gemini. I wiggled too fast. I just saw somebody dealing with the big boys. Something was unjust. So I already know it was unjust with my nephew. Because with my nephew, the person who they had for my nephew, it was 2 trials for that person with different juries, and the person still wound up going free, walking as they call it. So, I always say that people gonna get theirs, whatever it is. They will get theirs. God is not gonna let people get away with all kinds of things. But yeah, let's just flow for Gemini whose birthday is today. May 22nd, Gemini sign, dead or alive, whoever it is. What? Because the family member looking at me, so, well, you know somebody whose birthday is this day. Let's take these and take some from over here. Right here, forceful. Forceful. Something was forceful for the Gemini. Let's go, Gemini. Oh. Going to an office and it's going to be sweet. Okay. Okay, going to an office and it's going to be sweet. We got a Gemini that's going to go to an office and it's going to be sweet. But we got the Gemini whose birthday is this day, though. This one's strictly for you. I'm just squeezing it in the unexpected because today's my nephew's birthday and I want to acknowledge him. Acknowledge my nephew. I can't like really pour the they call it pour the you know, the drink for him, but I can take a sip from my nephew. My nephew would have been, let me get it right. My nephew would have been 34 then, if I got it right. He was 29. Okay, let's just flow. Sorry, Gemini, bear with me. Something somewhere has no business being. I know what my nephew, he had no business being there. We can make the wrong decisions, my Gemini, and then have ourselves in a place we don't know we shouldn't be. Get what I'm saying? And it turned out like my nephew. Get my drift? Okay, so let's just flow for the Gemini. We go into an office of Gemini and it's going to be sweet. Something somewhere in here has no business being. So that's a negative. It's a positive. So somebody was loyal about putting something in door 3 junk. So let's put that with it for Gemini died. And maybe it's going to be caught. I don't know. Okay, somebody going to bring joy to a family or whoever and cultivate that thing maybe and get the murderer if somebody died as far as a Gemini sign. So somebody wasn't all there was resistant to hold this person accountable. Right? Because something or somebody was somewhere they hadn't been as being. Follow me? Somebody clapped back and decided they was done. Follow me? So we have somebody was a beautiful dreamer, but somebody decided they weren't going to put up with somebody's crap. That sounds like my nephew's story. Because the person wanted somebody else, but my nephew went to open up the car door and the person thought my nephew was the person. Get what I'm saying? What they call it, beef or whatever they call it. They had problems with somebody. So let's just flow for the Gemini sign, right? So we have right here, I love you. Okay, somebody saying it, I love you. Okay. So maybe it's my nephew saying out to me, I love you. Okay, you love me? He might be saying out to me, I love you. Or we might put this over here with your relative saying your relative love you. And maybe the court's going to bring favor to you. Because over here, your family member was being available. Saying, I'm sure maybe like my nephew and went where my nephew went at. Or over here with the court system, maybe going to ask you, are you available? And you're going to be available and come into the office because maybe it's going to be sweet, some good news. They found the person. Could be a police station, a court, or whatever this is. Okay, because at the time, at first, they might couldn't find out any information, maybe as far as a relative of yours who might have been murdered like mine. Follow me? Because sometimes people won't talk, they can't find things, but I learned to respect detectives and all because they have a lot of work to do to try to bring cases together because it takes a lot. It's like a puzzle. You got to make sure something fit. It got to fit. It got to be right. Really the right piece. If it ain't the right piece, it don't fit. It might seem like it almost fit, but you got to tug and push. That means it's not the right piece. Okay? Don't let what you seek ruin your life. Over here, my nephew shouldn't have let what he seek ruin his life. Right? So over there, your relative was hooked to somebody, maybe like mine was. Follow me? But somebody had it in for somebody. If it's like my relative, somebody had it in for somebody my relative. No, but my relative was still hanging around fire. Get what I'm calling? I call it fire. You know, he had to beware the Lord thinker. If you know you got trouble with somebody, you need to tell your best boy or whoever you got, your friends, that you got trouble with somebody so they cannot be around you. But then sometimes people might tell the people and they still be around the people. You know, they jeopardize themselves by being around people where, you know, well, if you know somebody got it in for somebody, why is you going to hang with somebody? I know when I was younger, it's taking me back then. When I was younger, it was a guy that my family knew, and all the neighbors knew, everybody in the neighborhood knew that somebody was going to kill him. Everybody knew. It was like the talk of the neighborhood when I was younger. He knew it himself. It's like he was preparing for it. People these days, this day and age, what they do, they go and escape and go to another city, right? He didn't go to another city. He still stayed around the same area, knowing somebody was coming for him. It was like he just decided, oh, I know they coming for me. I'm still going to walk around or whatever. And that's what he did. He stayed around the same area, but he got away from people he usually be with. Because he used to sit on the step with me at times and talk. And then a girl told me, a lady, she said, well, somebody after him and stuff like that. So he was staying away from people because he didn't want other people to be harmed because they were sitting by him or whatever, because he already knew somebody was coming for him. But back then with him, at least he got away from people that he cared about. He didn't want them hurt. But these days, people might know that somebody after them, and they just let you be right there, and the people come shoot the whole family house up because they after that one person, because they don't have no kind of remorse. That's why when they like that, they need to go to jail and stay in jail. I don't care what age they is. I used to have compassion as far as ages, but no, when you do all kind of terrible things, I don't have compassion, because you know just what you are doing. You know a gun is harm. If you don't know a gun is harm, you need to keep your paws off of it. If you don't know that, you know what it can do. So we have right here, beware the Lord thinker. Your relative needed to beware the Lord thinker. I give you a ride. Oh man, come over here and sit with me a little while. Let's chill. Let's smoke some blunts or whatever they might be saying. Right? Be a sensitive thinker, right? To him or her. So your relative was a sensitive thinker to the person, right? Person that your loved one was hanging around with, right? It needed to be a timeout, but it created a timeout where you don't get to see your relative no more. So it is a timeout. Let's put it here. A big timeout, because you can't see that person again unless you just look at the pictures, right? Like us. Okay, so it says right here that where did this person learn this behavior at? Thinking it's love or liking. Because if you know somebody after you, if you got a friend, where you learn this behavior at to let your friend hang around you, knowing that people coming after you full force? That's not no being no friend. That's not being a friend. So we have person got a blank look on a person's face. So what? What's next? Trying to tear another person down. So we got somebody after somebody else, fussing or whatever. The intended target and the culprit, whenever they was fussing, whenever it might have been. Or your relative and the culprit. Because I think my relative and the culprit got in a fuss at the car. Follow me? Okay, so we have pendulum swinging back and forth. Maybe it was fussing back and forth. Get my drift, right? But maybe as far as it's been a timeout with a court case, or as far as a police station and find no information as far as your family members, you know, some stuff as far as the case or whatever, it's been like a pendulum. Get what I'm trying to say? Okay, so your relative need to be that one and put your relatives all in it and just get away, right? And get away from this person. Follow me? But you was going to be that one and put your all in and do all you can to get justice for your relative. Follow me? So we have something was on the door rack, the doorknob, or whatever. So for my nephew, I got to change this around if I make this my nephew. But this for anybody, and you can just use whatever for your relative. But my nephew, the door rack, I'm going to say for my nephew, I'm just going to change it. Something was on the door rack. I mean, I keep saying the door rack. I mean the door frame. The card says it, right? But I'm going to say my nephew's hand was on the car handle to open up the car. And then we're going to say right here, we got a scarf was put, right? But I'm going to say my nephew put his coffee on top of the car for a minute to open up the car, get my breath. But with your relative, whatever happened, right? But over here, if you went to the police station, court or whatever, you might have hung your coat up or whatever, scarf up or whatever, on the door rack or on the back of a chair, whatever you might have did. So it says right here, heal yourself by coming forward. Whoever did this need to heal him or herself by coming forward and telling the truth. Or God just telling you heal yourself, right? And go to some kind of bereavement group or whatever you got to go to help yourself as a relative, a survivor, so you can survive from what happened, the tragedy of your loved one. Okay, because you lost a loved one, whoever you lost. Husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, sister, brother, friend, son, daughter, whoever you lost. So we have your loved one would not want you depressed, right? Start to live again. Okay? So here we go right here. Your loved one was holding on for life. My loved one might have been holding on for life. Maybe after the second bullet, I have no idea. My loved one was shot 7 times, so I don't know which one killed him. I have no idea. But some kind of way, with the first one, it might didn't. So he was holding on for life. Follow me? Your loved one was holding on for life also, and you holding on for life. As far as living without your loved one, or just trying to keep being in touch with the police station or the courts and able to try to get, information and then a conviction. Because we didn't get a conviction as far as my nephew, but I hope and pray you get one. Okay? You got to be strong for the best outcome, right? For it though, right? But my nephew had to be strong for the best outcome. Because we have over here that my nephew and whoever he was hanging with was penny pinching. Or you penny pinching over here as far as the lawyer's office or whatever's going on. So we have right here, will you trust now? So will my nephew trust? Because we got somebody on the down low, or somebody was down low and dirty. So his friend didn't tell him. Or he might have told him. I don't know how guys operate. I don't know how y'all do as men. I don't know what kind of talking y'all do to each other, how much y'all talk and say. So I don't know. Because he wasn't the closest friend of his. He was just a person who they said like a friend, but not the closest ones he usually hang with. So he might didn't even tell him that somebody was after him. I don't know. He might didn't tell him, so that would be down low and dirty. Or the friend he had might have been on the down low. I'm just using a card, right? I don't know. So we're going to take it over here with your relative in trial. You want to know because the court system. So over here, my niece, this my niece's son, she feel like the court system was down on dirty because she feel like they didn't convict this guy 2 times. So she feel a certain kind of way about it. But over here, if that happened to your family member, you might feel the same way too. I don't know. You wonder if you can trust them because maybe, or you just wondering, praying if you can trust them as far as like even to do everything they have to do to get all the information needed or just to convict whoever this is. So, or we have the police just wondering if they can kind of trust different information that they coming across, because you just can't take any and everything and say that's fact, because people can say any old thing. That don't mean it's true. Healthy means loving the self first. So my nephew had to learn to love himself first, and also your loved one, because your loved one was penny pinching. And my loved one, evidently, I feel was penny pinching too. Can I just be real about it? My loved one had a job. My loved one had a job, full-time job. I'll be real about it. God putting it on the table, so anything God put down, I believe it. My loved one was a rapper. My loved one was the rapper and was going to Atlanta for his big break. Was getting ready to go there. The only wrong thing he did was go to this house. That was his downfall. Can I be real about it? He went to this house to get a ride to the airport with this person, and that was the last ride he ever got. Get what I just said? Because say, beware of the Lord thinker. Oh man, I'll take you to the airport. There was plenty of people here around that could have took him to the airport. But he's penny pinching. But you don't know what people got going on. We talking about guys, they got all kind of things be going on. Okay? Slipping through loosely the corridors. That guy who did the shooting, swithering through, lying in wait or whatever for whoever he was waiting for, that main person. He saw somebody at the car and he felt like, oh, that's my jackpot. Until he got up on him. And you know how some men is. You say something to them, they gonna respond a certain kind of way. And you ain't gonna like it. But he coming at you like, who you think, oh man, who you talking to or whatever. And you know it can go back and forth. Because my nephew wasn't the intended target. That first card is that person up there. But you know how guys is. You come off at them, they gonna come back at you. And I feel that's what my nephew did with this person here. If he knew him or not. It's just somebody approaching you the wrong way. Follow me? So, let's just flow. Universe, you know all about it. We dealing with a Gemini sign. Gemini, dead or alive, Gemini. Fulfilling the adventure, copyright. Because my nephew was going to fulfill his adventure, copyright, as far as like he's going to Atlanta in a matter of hours. He's going to warm up the car, and that was the last touching of a car he ever done. He went to warm up that car, and that was it. He put the coffee on the car. They said the coffee was still sitting on the car. And here this person come. So sometimes you just got to be observant, aware of things, and we got to stop being so nonchalant, people, younger people, or whoever you are, period. Stop taking things as, oh, you know, you don't know who can come up on you when you like standing around, fooling around, getting in your car. You better get up in your car and lock your car door and put your window up, and don't put your window down for nobody unless it's the cops. Don't put your car window down for nobody. Somebody fussing because you hit their car, you better not put your window down. You don't know what that person gonna pull out. You better call somebody, have them on that phone while you talking through the window to this person, so you can have somebody on the other side who know what's going on with you. Turn the camera around on the person if you have to, and let the person see how the person look or whatever. If something happened to you, you better use your common sense and think a little differently and stop playing around with your lives. Is my mother my real mother? No. So we dealing with somebody, this guy, whoever he is, his mother wasn't his real mother. This person up here. That first guy up there, because that first guy, he ain't have a lot going for him. So he didn't mind tearing anybody else down. Get what I'm saying? So your loved one might have been dealing with somebody who didn't mind tearing your loved one down or getting your loved one all in stuff, because really your loved one had, I wonder why. So we have right here that this person, well, we got somebody who I wonder why. Somebody wondering why. So they asking, is the person gay? Yeah. You gotta ask the person. Okay, we have right here 13 and 31. Somebody could have been 31. We got the number 4. So we have evidence shows that we're dealing with regular money. So let me see if that card in here. Let me see if that card in here, Lord. Let me just see if it's in here. Let me see if this card in here. Let me just see. Let me see if any kind of money card in here. Oh, stolen money. Okay, let's go. Yes. Let's see something. Okay, somebody wanted to know what the person was bringing to the table. See when you feel mad. So my nephew was a rapper, right? So I guess when they rapping and all, don't they call it? They battling, they singing against each other, whatever. They be talking all kind of trash. You get what I'm saying? In the lyrics, right? Sing when you get mad. So they singing all kind of stuff out in raps, negative, whatever, toward whoever. Somebody want to know what you bringing to the table. Bringing to the table. And this storyline would be, you know, I guess them like coming against each other, actually, right? So I guess we're going to say, as far as somebody might have asked your relative what the relative was bringing to the table, what they have. It's like, in a way, it could have been like robbery right here for your relative. It don't have to be what mine. It wasn't robbery though. So I'm gonna put the rap is you talking, not gangster, but you talking whatever you talking. How them guys be talking. So evident, we talked about regular money some kind of way. So my nephew was a rapper, and he was pretty much planning on going to actually go to Atlanta, like I told you, to make money, regular money. Well, he already had a job, but you know, to make some money. And that makes him feel good when he rap. He used to rap, right? So he's going to get splashes of joy once he did that, because he's going to be bringing more money to the table. He's going to let whatever show it was, whoever was at this show, see what he's bringing to the table, get my direct as far as his rap, right? So is his eyes telling him the truth? Because whoever your loved one is was going to get splashes of joy thinking about, maybe your loved one was a rapper like mine. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just trying to work this a little bit for the Gemini sign because of this birth date right here, the 22nd, okay? My loved one's going to get splashes of joy. His eyes was telling him the truth, because he was going to be going to, like I said, Atlanta for his big break, he felt. But was his eyes telling him the truth when this guy came up on him with that gun? Maybe. I don't know. But over here with the family might get splashes of joy. Your eyes going to tell you the truth. Because hats off to you. You're going down Benefit Alley. Something good happening as far as maybe. I know with my nephew, they can't have another trial, because I think they say after 2 trials you can't have another. You can't put people on trial more than 2 times, right? But if that guy could get put on trial again and they get some decent cameras around. See, they had cameras in places where they want them at. They need to make it mandatory where stores, apartment buildings and stores and businesses have clear video camera, and that they work at all times. Is a matter of life and death, and getting people convicted who need to be convicted. Because with my family member, they were saying it was what do you call it? You know what I mean. Fuzzy or whatever they call it, where they barely can see. How you going to say that's the car, but then you can't see if that's him? I can understand somebody else could have been in the car. I know when you're dealing with lawyers and all, they put it all the way down to the button. Oh no, that's the car. That might be a car that he borrowed, but that don't mean he was in it. That's true. He might wasn't in it. He might wasn't in it. He might have got his relative to get in and to do the job. Get what I'm saying? And do whatever. And his relative, they didn't know how the person look. Get what I'm saying? So he could be innocent. He could be innocent. He could have got somebody to actually do it. So he could be innocent. Because if the footage not showing him is all fuzzy or whatever you call it, but the car is clear enough to be seen, but not the person, it might wasn't him. But it could have been him also. Right? God knows whoever it was. But like I said, I don't know if you can do 3 trials. I don't think you can though, but if that's possible for my family and another trial come about, they're going to win this time if it happened, right? Hats off to you. You're going down benefit alley. But I just don't know. But if for your family member, things going to go good for one of you, right? Pick me. Give your ex too much power. So right here, with your relative, your relative went with this person here, this friend, not a closest friend, but a friend. But he gave this person too much power, and that means that he trusted in that person. Follow me? So we have, he put too much trust in, but the person wasn't a real deep, close friend, right? So the person didn't sit and say that he had enemies lurking or anything. Well, he might did tell him. I don't know how God's talk, right? So we got your nephew, my nephew, but your loved one, whoever it is, was in your loved one's feelings with whoever this person is that killed your loved one. It don't have to be like my loved one at a car or whatever, but whoever this is, right? Whoever it was who killed your loved one, because whoever killed your loved one didn't just die. Your loved one was murdered by somebody. Gave this person power, or wasn't going to get this person power, right? The person who your loved one was going and being friends with, your loved one might have gave that person power, but not the person who approached your loved one. So it's 2 different people, get my drift? So they was fussing in the feelings, right? A date and a time was set, an honorable date, right? And that is when your loved one went to meet your loved one's friend some kind of way. You know, for my loved one, an honorable time and date was set because my loved one was going to Atlanta. So that was set. But it still was set to go to the person's house, and the person was going to ride him there. Get what I'm saying? So still that was set, right? In the moment or whatever, right? So for your loved one, some kind of date was set for your loved one to see your loved one's friend or whatever. And then whoever came around, whoever this person is, right? So we had a dying card. Don't die with your loved one. You still have life, God says. Because your loved one was teased, picked on, talked about, talked down to, but your loved one was intellectual. Or in court, it's going to be like that. Right? Because usually the other lawyer, their job is to tear your loved one apart. But you know your loved one. You don't know your loved one all the way, because nobody knows nobody all the way, because it's different facets of us. Your mother know a little bit of what you are like. One of your siblings. I had a lot of siblings, and each one know different pieces of me. Get what I'm saying? None of them know all of me. Get what I'm saying? Because nobody can know all of you. Your husband know whatever he know about you that your mother don't even know. Get my drift? Because she not around to see that part. What your father don't know, something your mother might know. Get my drift? One of your siblings might know that the other sibling might know, because that other sibling brings it out of you. Get my drift? Okay, so let's just flow. So we have, is my dad my real father? No. So we got this guy right here, the actual friend over here. His mother or father is not his real father. So he could be somebody who came up through adoption or was raised by his family member, or he was adopted. somebody from the streets or what was going on with him. He wanted love. He ain't have love. He could have been jealous. He don't care nothing about your loved one or nobody else. Okay, so he not really looking at it that your loved one want to make it in life. He don't care nothing about that. Was I stolen from? Yes. Yes. So your loved one was stolen from. Your loved one life was stolen, number one. Or the person who shot your loved one felt he was stolen from, but not from your loved one, but from this culprit, the person he really had the beef with up here, but he ran into your loved one, thinking at the car that it was the culprit, right? Because you know how young men are. You wear what you wear. I really think, well, my loved one, because I saw pieces of something as far as, because he did a show in our city that night. So he had on, my loved one had on a hoodie. So, but most guys have on a black one. I think black is popular and gray is popular, right? In the hoodies, right? Even though they're different colors, I know. But my loved one, because it was cold outside, so my loved one, I know it was on his head. Because it's cold outside. So you coming outside, you got the hood on too. I don't know, I think snow was on the ground. I'm not sure. I really think, because we dealing with January. Right? But anyway, so your back turned, so you don't know who coming up on you, because you're not thinking about nobody coming up on you, because when you come out the door, you don't see nobody. That's why people got to be observant. You don't know who outside watching and lurking. So we have right here, so my loved one life was stolen. But this person here, because I hear the marriage card, see this coming out. This coming out. This goes with my loved one. And I'm going to have to say it like that. But if it goes with your loved one, take it. My loved one was stolen from, because my loved one life was stolen. Get what I just said? Right? My nephew, whose birthday is today, right? But this card right here goes with that culprit up there, that friend of his, up there, the person that my loved one was with, the friend who's supposed to be giving my loved one a ride, that guy up there, him and the culprit had a problem with a female. Get my drift what I'm saying? Because some kind of way this lady was seeing this guy appeared in front up there, and then her man, child's father, whoever this guy is, he had a problem with that person. You know how men is about ladies, they fussing, right? So this one had it in for that one, about his child's mother, his old lady or whatever. Get what I'm saying? The two of them. But my nephew's life got stolen because he was at the person's car. Get what I'm saying? So like I said, if that guy didn't do it, I don't know if my nephew and that guy the same height or what. I have no idea. I don't know, right? Because I didn't see the guy. I didn't go to the court. And so I don't know if they're the same height or what, the same complexion or what. But the person knew the car. So I don't know if that person so confident that he going to get off because he didn't do it, right? Maybe he didn't. Maybe he had somebody else to do it, one of his friends. Maybe he didn't. But still, if you had somebody to do it, you're responsible too because you're the one told the person to do it. Or he could have did it. Like I said, I feel like they need to fix these videos and have them make it mandatory where all of them work. Because if I walk down the street those cameras catch me all the way at the top of the block. Like my daughter told me one time, one of my daughters said, "Mom, the camera saw your face when you came around the corner." I said, "Oh, I don't like when the camera's looking at me." My daughter said, "And then you said you like turning your face around now. The camera caught you when you turned that corner. It zoomed in on you when you all the way up the block." And I said, "What?" So yeah, I'm laughing, right? But I feel all companies and apartment buildings and things like that should have their cameras working. Is mandatory, else that place gets shut down. That'll make them do what they're supposed to do because it's a matter of life and death and getting criminals off the street. Because it's always where it's convenient. Oh, when I look at verse 48 or different ones or whatever it might be. Oh, my camera wasn't working. Or the battery was out. Or whatever they may say. No, that's not acceptable. Fix your cameras. This person was energy seeking this culprit because he had it in for this friend up here of your family members and my family member, right? Might have been 31 years old. Don't have to be. Okay, or maybe it's been for a while. Person might have been married for a while. I just don't know, right? So we have right here, winter time. For my family member, it was winter because it was January, right? Winter time. Okay, so no more base conditions as far as growing money. So I feel like my family member was trying to grow some more money. Also trying to go to Atlanta. Can I be honest about that thing? We talking about guys. You know, guys do all kinds of things. You know, everybody not perfect. You know, people try to make it seem like everybody perfect and all. You know, you don't know what your family members are doing out there, especially if they're young. It don't matter if they're young. You don't know what they're doing, right? My family member wanted to embrace his growth. And your family member might want to embrace your family member's growth. Because my family member was going to Atlanta to do a show. To bring in some dough. Get what I'm saying? He had a job. Full-time job. But he still need more money. Because remember, he is recording. It costs money to make all these videos. It takes money to pay for the recording studio. That's not free. Okay, so we have right here. So with your family member needed money and was thinking of other ways to get money. Could have been a rapper like mine, or could have been something else. I don't see no kind of drug cards on the table, so I don't want to go that direction unless I see one. If I see one, you're going to hear me say that. But so far I don't see one. So your loved one could have been a rapper like my loved one, right? Or whatever, right? Or if not a rapper, making money some kind of way. Extra besides the person's actual job. Okay? My loved one was going to be the best king he could be and stay on his throne. Because we got this person right here was terrified because he felt like he was stolen from. He felt like this main guy up here, my nephew's friend, stole his child's mother or whatever's going on with some woman here. Now that's my nephew's friend, piece of friend or so-called friend or half friend or whoever that person was. They said some culprit he had a problem with, felt he stole this woman, anything like that. You know how it goes with people, right? So with your loved one, it don't have to be that situation, but it could be something like that too, where somebody, your loved one, hang with somebody who somebody got a problem with about their woman, their ex-woman, their child's mother or whatever, and your loved one is just in the mix of it and get harmed. When really your loved one really was not the intended target like mine. Follow me? So with my loved one, it was 2 trials and, you know, the person went free. So maybe some kind of way with your loved one, the person might not go free. Maybe it might be where they get that sucker. Get what I'm saying? And he actually served his time. What he deserved, right? She or whoever it is. God will help you, but you must learn to listen to God. Go to that training, class, or whatever God tell you to do, right? To make things happen. So I'm going to put this over here with the family. So over here would be the court. Whatever God telling the family to do, do it. Because I see the office up there. You're going to go to the office and it's going to be sweet. Because you're going to try to cultivate it. Bring joy to it. Because you want something to be loyal. The law, the court, or whatever to be loyal to you. And you want whoever responsible for killing your loved one in door 3 junk. That means jail in this storyline. And you want the courts to be available to you and make this happen. Because it's been a timeout. That means there's been a big gap. The person might be sitting in jail and you ready for that trial to happen to bring some justice. And we're going to take this as the court or whatever you told to do or whatever. You're going to make that thing happen, right? I'll love you forever. This your loved one. I'll love you forever. Mommy, daddy, family, or whoever. And also my loved one out to me. Okay? Be bold and brave in it. Be bold and brave in this thing. So we have right here, allow life to follow you to the best places. So my loved one didn't allow life to follow him to the best places when he went to get that ride with this person. He didn't allow life to follow him to the best place, because that wasn't the best place. That was one of the worst places he ever went, because it took his life away. If God gave him intuition before he went there, any kind of intuition, since he was raised in church and knew about church and sung some kind of way talking about God, some kind of way in some of his rap, if God would have gave him any kind of intuition to say, don't go there, some kind of way, and it would have been strong, he would have not went there. But if he was determined and the devil was leading, totally leading, and he was going to go anyway, there's nothing God can do. But that's all I know is he went to the wrong place that time around. And that made it where he didn't have no more times around. My nephew I'm talking about. But he's going to allow life to follow him to the best places, going to Atlanta to do a show. Right? But he shouldn't have made that first stop his stop. He should have asked somebody else. And he would have made it to Atlanta. Get what I'm saying? But the family got to allow life to follow you to the best places. Your relative needed to let life follow your relative to the best places, because your relative was somewhere where it wasn't the best place and ran into trouble where somebody murdered your loved one. Right? It's stunning. So you are. So with this card right here, some kind of way you're going to speak up for your loved one or whatever, and maybe you're going to be respected as far as the court, the cops, or whoever it is, the police station or whoever. Because you want the job done. You want justice. You want to see something. You want them to do their job, whatever it is you want. So over here, stunning. So you are. I'm gonna put this as somebody glancing at your loved one and seeing your loved one is the person that the person want to harm, but not knowing that your loved one is not the intended target. Because for my loved one, it was the middle of the night, so it wasn't daytime yet. It wasn't daytime. So since it wasn't daytime, it was night. And the person was focused on that car. Anybody who went by that car, this person was going to run up to or jump out on. Because going off that little bit of footage I saw, is not a bunch to look at. It's so doggone, what they say, fuzzy. It's like my loved one right here. And it's like the car right here. It was so fuzzy though, but it kind of hit. It was so fast. Everything was so fast. It's like my loved one right here. My loved one probably was like this at the car. Could put the coffee up there, open up the door, and hear this person drive up. Person say something that make you turn around, right? And then it's like person pop out. Might have shot him. Popped out. Then someone jumped in and went on. The car was so close. So it's like somebody just ride up on you. You trying to get in the car, somebody ride up on you. So people got to not be so nonchalant about letting people even ride up on you, walk up on you, or anything else. Here this is right here. Did these drop? Oh, I'm running off at my mouth. Let's see what this one is. Okay, this one goes there already. Okay, this one right here. Something was forced. What was forced? Because this person saw your loved one so stunning. Eyes was glanced and focused on your loved one, not knowing your loved one wasn't the intended target. Get what I'm saying? What they call it? Mistaken identity. But with my loved one, It depends on if it was the person or not. And see, if it was the real person and not a substitute, if it was the real culprit, I don't know if that person know my nephew or not. But he know the person that he after. He knows that much. So if he see my nephew at his friend's car, he know my nephew know this person. He might have met him before, I just don't know. Or it could have been just somebody he sent, and the person hopped out the car. Anybody go to this car, shoot him, or whatever he might have said. And it was forced. And with my nephew, it was forced because my nephew was shot 7 times. Now, why are you shooting somebody 7 times? You want the person dead. You don't like what the person said to you, or whatever it is. You shoot somebody 7 times. What's all that about? If you know the person, or you don't know who it is, or the person who sent you said make sure the person dead, anything like that, you need to get everything coming to you. So nobody is convicted of my nephew's death, but God is going to bring that person, somebody's going to pay for that life there. God going to make sure somebody pay for that life. God gave that life. Somebody going to pay for that life. I don't know when. I don't know how. Somebody going to pay for that life, my nephew's life, some kind of way. That person ain't going to see it coming, because God bring things all kind of ways. So if he don't go in for my nephew's life, he might go in for somebody else's life. And just by him being in jail some kind of way, that's going to be part of paying for my nephew's life. We just got to take it that way. If that's how it goes, however it go. Okay? So with your loved one, your loved one was murdered by mistake, mistaken identity, or if it's like my loved one where he might know who my loved one was, I just don't know. Or if he didn't know him or whatever. Some people don't like you walking up on them, asking them questions or whatever. There's enough when they deal with the cops coming up, questioning them down. They definitely don't want some a stranger to come up on them. So they're going to say whatever they're going to say back. So I just don't know. With your loved one, maybe the person was saying whatever to your loved one. Your loved one was talking his talk back to him or whatever, and the person didn't like it. He felt it was disrespect. But you can't come up on somebody talking all kind of stuff with no respect. A real man to talk back to you, because a real man is going to talk back to you. Now, a real man ain't going to talk back to you, but a real man going to talk back to you and say whatever he got to say. He might get shot in the process, but he gonna say what he got to say. And that's just the bottom line to it. Okay, so we have right here that bills, tabs, stuff was piled up. A lot of money was spent. So a lot of money was spent some kind of way as far as your loved one. Or the friend over there. But as far as my loved one, I told you my loved one spent a lot of money as far as like paying for all of the videos and all that stuff, as far as having what you call it making the videos, I forgot, you know what I'm talking about. All that costs money. The studio, that's money. Bills, everything piling up, right? A lot of money spent, right? Now, with your loved one, I don't know what kind of extra work your loved one was doing. If your loved one was a rapper like mine, that means they got to pay all that money. They got to pay money for that stuff. That costs money, right? But my loved one was hanging with, was at that time a dangerous love. So this piece of friend, or whoever this guy is over here, that wouldn't even point out the guy when the trial came. That's why I'm calling him a piece of friend. When the trial came for my nephew, this guy here, who was the intended target, that got shot also, but then a leg or whatever happened to him, when he got put on the stand, he didn't even point the guy out. He's supposed to say, yeah, that's him right there. He didn't say that. He's sitting there, what you call it? Did he say the fifth, or what do you call it? I plead the fifth, or whatever he said. He ain't even point the guy out. What kind of friend is that? If my nephew could like talk from the dead and say, man, but he is in the spirit, Man, you did that to me. You sit there and let that go free. Get my drift, right? Dangerous love. He had a lot going on. So my nephew was connected to this person up here, this piece of friend, or whatever you want to call him up here. He wasn't the best friend. Him that he cared about and he was alright with, cool with, or whatever they call it. I'm cool with him, or whatever they say these days, right? But this person wasn't hitting on nothing. This person had a lot going on. Here's a Pied Piper. A lot going on, right? So your loved one connected to somebody who maybe when it comes down to the trial might not open up their mouth, where things might have to get forced to make this person talk. We got some numbers right here. Could be July, whenever, okay? Because it might be something that had to force this person to talk. You know, when you made to get on the stand and tell the truth, whatever it is. Because with my loved one, that person didn't tell the truth. That person said he pleaded the fifth, or what you call it, and he didn't do no talking when he knew just who actually shot my nephew and shot him. You're looking eye to eye at the person. How don't you know who shot you? How don't you know who you got a beef with, or whatever they call it? You're looking at the person. It's just like I'm sitting there looking at, what you call that thing over there? That bike over there. I'm looking at that over there. I'm looking at that bike. I'm looking at whatever I'm looking at. And I see it clear as day with my eyes. It's just like me getting up there and saying, well, I don't know. How am I going to say I don't know when I know I see that? So for this Gemini family, I feel that whoever you are, I feel you're gonna stay on it, and I feel like you're gonna get some kind of justice for your loved one. I didn't for mine, but I feel you're gonna get some for yours. Unless something come about where it be another trial, but I don't think they have 3 trials in a row. I think you can't try a person 3 times, right? Because he got set free 2 times. I mean, I don't think he ever got out, right? I don't know, it was back to back because it was what you call, I think, a mistrial or whatever they say it was, but he free for as I know if he's free. You know what you know about it. But I feel like whoever you are, your family member, you're going to get justice for your family member. I feel you're going to get justice for your family member, and I pray you do. Be more successful than my family. Because people got to realize, just because you have a little fuss with somebody or whatever, that don't mean you should be killing people and taking people's whole life away because something happened in a moment or in a time, or some stinky lady, or some, I could already say some whatever man. Get what I'm saying? I'm just holding my tongue. I was going to say something. Get what I'm saying? Because it's all about the stinky part of a woman. I say that all the time. Love making. That's what it be about. It's not about no money. Get what I'm saying? Because somebody want to prove I'm the big man. No, you're not no big man. If you got to go and run behind a woman and shoot somebody over a woman, you ain't no big man. Evidently, you ain't the man. If she looking at somebody else. Vice versa, right? So, this is for the Gemini. I had to go there, Gemini, because today is my nephew's birthday, and he was murdered. And I wanted to do a storyline reading as far as anybody who had a loved one who was murdered that has this birthday, or their story, even anything like my nephew's, where the person went free some kind of way, or so far the trial haven't came or whatever. Maybe you'll be more successful with your relative than we did, because this guy went 2 times and was set free because of that camera footage. They need to make it mandatory where all of these stores and businesses camera footage be clear, where you can see. If you can't hear the voices, you can see what's going on. Because that was ridiculous. Because somebody should be in jail for my nephew. If the person innocent, well, I guess he's not going to be in there. But if he definitely knows who it was, because he was having problems with that guy. Right? So what I'm saying is that I feel that you might do better with your family member's trial than we did. And I really wish you all the luck. Happy birthday to you, my Gemini signs. Remember your unexpected. That was at the beginning, Gemini, because I dived into this because I'm thinking about my nephew today, right? So this is the Brass of One. Peace.